92.7 Super FM.
You're one family, one radio.
My life is looking so marvelous. Shabby then call me anonymous.
One family,
Blessing my only
one radio. 92.7
92.7
Super FM.
You're one family, one radio.
Follow me, see, say.
Trending topics in politics, health, education, business, and many more live every day.
92.7 Super FM.
92.7 Super FM. Your family one radio station. Spotlight on 92.7. Join our
One family, one radio. 92.7.
On all our socials at Super FM Lagos to stay engaged and connected to the Super Station. 92.7 Super FM.
Join our amazing news team as they dissect trending topics in politics, health, education, business, and many more. Live every day at 9:30 a.m. on 92.7 Super FM. Family One radio station. Spotlight on 92.7.
Children deserve love, care, and protection. Let us us create a safer world for our young ones by reporting any suspected case of child abuse to the right authorities, and also pay close attention to our children. With love, your One Family, One Radio, Super 92.7 FM.
Information on the go? Join the news team on Spotlight every weekday, Monday through Friday on your number one station, Super 92.7 FM.
All right, what a beautiful day it is. The 24th day of October 2023. Welcome to this amazing show on Super 92.7 FM. Your show here where we dissect trending things happening. Today, we'll be turning the spotlight on a matter far away in Ondo State. But before then, don't forget that it's the spotlight on the Super 92.7 FM. My name is Michael Inyang and welcome to the show. I'm not here alone. I'm here with my brother, as we do it on the show, Abiodun Adekunle. Good morning, Abiodun.
Good morning.
What's up? How you doing?
I'm okay.
Are you from Ondo State?
No, I'm not.
You're not from Ondo State? Oh.
I'm not.
Where are you from? Ogo State?
Lagos State.
Omo Ikunya? Okay.
In the sense that I was born here and I've lived here all my life.
Okay, but in the sense of not that, in another sense, huh?
Yeah, that's what I identify. I'm from Lagos State. I'm not from anywhere else. This is where I pay my taxes.
Okay. Your parents are from where?
Some other places that's not Lagos.
All right, guys. Yes, beautiful day it is. And straight away, we'll go far away in Ondo State, where, some month ago, Rotimi Akeredolu, the governor of the state, had just returned to Nigeria after 3 months of medical leave in Germany. Betty Anyanwu Akeredolu, the wife of the governor, she told us this on Twitter that yes, the husband is back and that he expected to spend a number of days before moving to the government house in Akure, Ondo State. And also, he asked Lucky Ayedatiwa, his deputy governor, to act, in his stead. But in July 11, Ayedatiwa said Akeredolu would resume duty after being certified fit by doctors. But, however, there were continuous stay of the Ondo governor in Germany, which was generating concerns among political class and residents. So many ups and downs. So let me just say drama. We're coming out from Ondo State. But then, fast forward to last month, it's now becoming something of divine intervention that the incumbent deputy governor of Ondo State, Honorable Lucky Ayedatiwa, may be shoved out of office, following the commencement of an impeachment process by him, the State House of Assembly, over alleged gross misconduct. And then, the relationship between the governor and the deputy, wasn't really cordial. Before the governor's trip to Germany for medical treatment. But while Akeredolu was still in Germany receiving treatment, the house, it left behind. Everything it left behind was still intact. But it became divided over the politics of his succession next year. But then, the question is, as we speak, there have been reports that the governor is in Ondo State, is in Oyo State, and has been, running government from Ibadan precisely to Ondo State. And let me even ask you, Abiodun, what plays in your mind when you heard that? I mean, what was your thought? Because it seems more like a drama. Yeah, it is. I would say running government from, let's take an example, someone like Sanwo-Olu now, resides in maybe Ogun State. Because, yeah, he's a close pal with Dr. Abiodun, yes. But then, being there and then running government in Lagos State, I mean, what plays in your mind first then?
All right. I would like to say the example that I cited is not something
not strong
new.
enough. Okay.
No, it's not something new. Some governors have done it in the past. Some currently still do, especially governors of northern states. Many of them spend most of their time in Abuja than in their state. And if they are not in Abuja, they will rather be in Dubai or somewhere outside the country. That happens a lot, and there are still some of them who still engage in such. However, this is the case of Akeredolu is particularly different. And I've made a point to restate this many times on our newspaper review program that begins at 6:30, the pages. I still talked about it today and also last Friday. The man had not been available since April of this year due to his medical condition. And all of May too, he was incapacitated. And very much after, he had to be moved to his private residence in Ibadan, after which he had to go seek more medical intervention in Germany. And after that was concluded, I mean, even before then, there were many reports he will soon arrive.
Yeah.
Until he eventually did. And when he did not land in Akure as many people expect. He landed in Ibadan and went back to his private residence. And he has been there ever since he returned on September 7, in the first week of September. And you've had many people who are even lawyers saying that it doesn't really matter. He can govern the state from anywhere, which is what I vehemently disagree with. I am sure that the analysts that we'll be having on the show will be able to throw more light on that. There have been a number of protests. Last week, some youths within the PDP wing attempted to stay the protests, and there have been some press conference by concerned citizens, civil society organization, demanding that the governor returns or he presents a clean bill of health. So that means an independent medical practitioner should be allowed to conduct a test on him to be sure that he's fit to continue to run the state. And again, many people also expressing their displeasure at the fact that you have a governor of a state who has not been available, who has not addressed his state, and governance is basically on a standstill, even though his appointees and those in his cabinet would disagree with that. Well, that is the reality on ground. If you speak to anybody in those states, where's your governor? He has not been since April. And there are people who argue that that is absolutely normal. So this is something that shouldn't be happening at this time. And I hope that some of our analysts will be able to throw more light. And alongside, we'll also be discussing the impeachment saga of his deputy. So you would imagine that a governor who had been, sick for so many months would return and face the serious business of governance. Instead, he engineered the lawmakers in the states to, bring up impeachment proceedings against his deputy for what many may term something not connected to his ambition to succeed in. And of course, remember that he first sacked the media hits of the governor, amongst many other things. So which I think are a distraction from what is actually the issue, which is the governor has not been in the state since April. It's not available.
All right, a group, just in addition to that, a group on those states' consciousness movement, had condemned the continued absence of the state governor, Rotimi Akeredolu, from office, and also the prolonged disagreement between the governor and his deputy, Lucky Ayedatiwa. The group describe it as a proxy war that is disrupting the lives of the people of Ondo State, and also the recent move by the Ondo State House of Assembly to impeach Ayedatiwa, while also condemning the sealing of the People's Democratic Party secretariat in the state over a planned protest by some youth. Those drama, it's been captivating or paralyzing some situations in the state. So many complaints. I have friends in Ondo State, and I received complaint that a lot of focus are now going to the drama instead of improving governance in the state. And that's why today we'll have a guest in the house who will be doing more light. We're doing justice to this matters arising of Akeredolu's absence from Ondo State and Ayedatiwa impeachment saga. Joining us to discuss this is political analyst and also a public affairs analyst. He's older person than Muhammad Abdullahi. Yeah, I think I got that name right. Muhammad Abdullahi. We're trying to put I think the network is brilliant. So he will be joining us to discuss this extensively. I mean, so many dramas are on in those states, and we believe that this will be sorted out when we look into it. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, hello.
Muhammad.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good to have you on the show.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
All right. I mean, let's start with the drama in Ondo State. I mean, first, on health ground, the governor Akeredolu traveled, and then the wife Betty announced his arrival. It was a drama at first when he traveled. That it's looking like he might not come back. His health condition is getting worse. This and that, and there was silence everywhere from all factors. And then the opposition were trying to see how they can play politics with the whole situation. But thank God for life, and thank God for God also who resuscitated him and gave him good health, and is back. And the wife was grateful, announced on Twitter that my husband is back to the country and this and that. But then, while he was away, there were dramas of impeachment. So many things were going on the ground, in him trying to, succeed as governor. Now the question is, let's start on a lighter note. What do you think about the whole drama?
Yeah, challenging health issues are part of humans, so no one is actually above that.
Yeah.
No matter your status or whatsoever in the society, so we're still very much susceptible to some of the challenges here and there. But having said that, the information I had is that while he was away as the governor of Ondo State, Governor Akeredolu, he actually handed over to the deputy, who was running as acting governor, in his absence.
Yes.
So, there was smooth transition. Handing over, if you want to use that word better, handing over of power to his deputy, which is the right thing to do, actually. Because we've had situations in this country where perhaps even the president or even some of the governors who lead the country do not hand over to their deputies. But in this case, he did. And then I know, to the best of my knowledge, there has been smooth running of Ondo State government in his absence. But again, if you look at it in another way around, when governance is challenging, governance is something that is very tasking, which means it must be done by someone or people who are healthy. So if you also look at it in another way around, he's been out of the country, I think, for more than 2 months or more before he came back. And then, even now that he's back, there are so many reports which even were confirmed by his media aides that he's not in Ondo State. He's just back in the country, perhaps maybe because of the rumor of the fact that his deputy is trying to succeed him, blah, 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 and so on. They quickly, I'm just insinuating, quickly rushed him back into the country while he was not even fully fit. Because if he's fully fit, what stopped him from taking the full charge of affairs as the governor of the state? From all indications, he's probably in Badon, where he has his family home, probably still recuperating. Because in my own opinion, if he's fully fit, he should be back in the government house in Ondo State, So if he's still recuperating, and then they rushed him back into the country, just to stem the rumors that his deputy is trying to overshadow him here and there. Anyways, but I know 2 days or 3 days ago, even the media aide, the spokesperson to the governor.
Okay.
Hello?
Let me hold you a little bit on that. Let's quickly go on a commercial break. When we come back, the discussions continue.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
2.7 Super FM.
The National Broadcasting Commission welcomes broadcasters, content creators, tech experts, exhibitors, and investors from Nigeria and all over to the 13th edition of Africast. Africast is the destination event where local and global industry players experience the latest innovative technologies, services, products, and market. Participants will experience 3 days of world-class exposition showcasing the very best in creativity, innovation, and technological advancement in the broadcast industry. Theme: broadcast content, synergy, finance, and market. Date: Tuesday 24th to Thursday 26th October 2023. Venue: Marriott Hotel, Ikeja, Lagos. Time: 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. Chief host: Honorable Minister of Information and National Orientation, Alhaji Mohammed Idris. Host: Mr. Charles Ebuebu, Director General. Announcer: Management, NBC. Your right to quality broadcasting.
Super FM. Super 92.7.
All right, welcome back. It's still Spotlight on Super 92.7 FM. Yes, on Spotlight, we'll discuss matters arising, things trending, things that need to be really dealt with in governance, whether politics or entertainment or sports. Something that really matters to us as citizens, us as Nigerians, us as Lagosians. And today we'll turn the spotlight on Akeredolu's absence from Ondo State and Aiyedatiwa impeachment saga. There's really been a lot of drama right from when the governor, left the country for his medical treatment, and when he came back, and the deputy trying to, step in and all. Today we have phone line, Mohammed Abdullahi, who is a political analyst and a public affairs analyst also, who joins us live from Lagos. Good morning. You were saying something about, the drama surrounding him being in Ibadan and all. So let's continue from where you stop.
Okay, yeah. As we were saying earlier, I know 2 days ago or so, the spokesperson to the governor, Governor Akeredolu, issued a statement why he's not back in the government house. But if you read through the statement, it's actually very flimsy and very funny, because he hinged the return of the governor based on lack of accommodation. I'm still surprised. A governor that has spent 1 term and on his second term, and you are saying why he's not back fully in the state is because of lack of accommodation. Very flimsy excuses that, there were just 2-bedroom flats, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to go into details, but they were very flimsy. But in my opinion, like I mentioned earlier, I think the governor is not fully fit, to be very candid, and then perhaps he's still recuperating. And maybe why he was rushed back to the country is because of the rumors that have been flying to the fact that his deputy, Aiyedatiwa, has been overshadowing him and so on. But like I said earlier, you handed over to this man. So it is, you handed over to him, according to what the Constitution stated, so that he should act while you are absent. So I don't think there should be any problem or any reason whatsoever, because I know even the deputy governor has been making reference times without number to the fact that he remains very, very loyal to his boss.
Yes.
The situation is dicey. The situation is very confusing. On both parties, particularly on the part of the governor, I must say. Yeah.
All right, Barrister, thank you so much. I know that you are busy and we have to let you go shortly. I just want you to say something concerning the impeachment proceedings against the deputy governor. Of course, for reasons very connected to this whole saga surrounding the governor. You must remember that the APC at national level had to intervene, and after which the lawmakers from Ondo State House of Assembly demanded that Lucky had to withdraw whatever case he had in court. And after which he did that, just yesterday, surprisingly, I saw in the news again that they wanted to proceed with the impeachment again. And all of that drama, which I consider to be a distraction. And I'm glad that you've spoken to the issue about what many people may feel may be the underlying problem as regarding how the governor had to be rushed back, and certain excuses that people are giving that he can govern the state from anywhere, which I consider to be very ridiculous anyway. So, do you think that that is the direction that the lawmakers should be going at this time? I mean, they are saying that the deputy governor is found wanting, committed gross negligence, and all of those terms that they used as reasons for wanting to have him impeached. While you have a governor who has not been in the state, who has not been available since as far back as April, and the lawmakers don't think that that's the problem. Instead, they are focusing on the deputy governor.
Yeah, that's the kind of system that we run in the country. It's very, very unfortunate. In fact, I mentioned earlier, I said one of the very good things the governor did was actually to transmit power to his deputy. Many of the governors across, in fact, we've had situations of precedent living in Nigeria for months or so many weeks without properly transmitting power. You remember the Yaradua Jonathan saga so many times, so that there was, so these are the things, the flagrant disobedience to even the Constitution by people who are supposed to uphold, the tenets of the Constitution. But having said that, coming back to your question properly, now, the thing is, like you said, rather than even focus on the governor, who's been absent for so long, which I think the Constitution might even be clear upon, because you can, like you said, maybe since April or May, he's been out of the country, what is his status? Can he continue? Rather than focus on him, they are trying to focus on the deputy governor who is on ground, discharging the duties of the governor. But again, I saw some of the things labeled against the deputy governor, the acting governor now, they were not substantiated. They were just written ridiculously, by the state assembly to say he committed this, he committed what, where, when, how did he do this? They were not. But I'm surprised you mentioned the fact that there was another court. What I read yesterday was the fact that the court actually asked both parties, the state assembly and the deputy governor's camp, to go and settle amicably. Yes. Perhaps the papers reported something wrong, but that was what I read. Yes. So I don't.
That indeed happened. In fact, that was one of the demands that the lawmakers from Ondo State made in Abuja. That if they were going to resolve it amicably, just like Abdullahi Ganduje suggested, then the governors had to withdraw any suits against them, which he did. The deputy governor, rather, went ahead and did that. The suits in Abuja, the suits in Ondo State, just in the interest of peace. Then in a different direction, the lawmakers now said, "Oh, he has done that." After they confirmed, so they wrote again to the chief judge of the state, "We need to commence impeachment proceedings against the governor," which goes against the resolution that they had with Abdullahi Ganduje
against the deputy.
Yeah, so which makes it very confusing. So was that a bait to try to let down his guard so they can eat hard?
No, it's very unfortunate. It means they are not trying to sheath their sword. So perhaps also the deputy governor, if seeing this new development, you won't blame him if he tried to, institute another court case. Against the state assembly. Like I keep saying, our system is very cumbersome. Our system is very unpredictable. People that are supposed to, in fact, protect, the Constitution and the law, sometimes flagrantly disobey them and then throw the law to the bin. So, yeah, it's very unfortunate, and I know it has it has made the state very stagnant in terms of governance. The governor is not there. The deputy governor is battling court cases and battling the state assembly. So what are Ondo people going through? It's just left to be imagined at this moment.
That's the question.
Whether you want to say it or not, whether we like it or not, there has been a vacuum of leadership in Ondo State at the moment.
That's the question we've been asking. What the states will be like now, because obviously we don't even know if the deputy is making statement right now or doing something governance right now in the state. We don't know what the drama that's happening in the state. People, it's just like the state is just there. Nobody is doing anything. Governance is standstill, and everybody is just looking at, okay, what next will be done. But then, what do you think way forward? What do you think can be done to, avert things like this?
It's very simple.
Okay.
It's very simple. I mentioned the fact that for all of us as human, we're mortals, and then we are very susceptible, no matter our status, we are very susceptible to health challenges, So it's very simple, starting from the governor. Irrespective of what people will say, does he think, or does his camp think he is capable to continue as the governor? For God's sake, it does not mean that no one has done it. For the fact that no one has done it doesn't mean that it is wrong, or you can't do it when it's morally right. There's nothing stopping the governor from resigning if he feels his health is not capable of continuing as the governor. There is nothing super about that. All over the world, people have had to resign from very super positions because of health challenges. Why is it not possible in Nigeria? Why must you be bedridden and then your camp is saying you must still be, in charge of the state? From April or May or whatever, even if it's 2-3 months, is a long time for you to have vacuum of leadership in a state. It's very wrong. So I will start by saying, if the governor needs to check himself, the people carrying the governor here and there need to be very sincere. If he's not capable any longer, he will do himself a very big good and the people of Ondo State by simply resigning his position and allowing. Yes.
Do you think a governor will want to do such willingly?
That's what I'm saying. That's why that was my preamble earlier. That meaning the fact that no one has done it, perhaps in Nigeria, does not say it is impossible. You can do it. Yes, if it's morally right. If you are not capable to govern a state, like I said, governance in Nigeria is very challenging. It's very tasking. So because if you are not well, if you are unwell, and you want to task yourself with such challenging role, your health keeps deteriorating.
Yeah.
God forbid, if the demise come now, for instance, won't another person be sworn in as the governor? So if he feels he's unable to continue, it's just a simple thing for him to resign. Seriously, and you do himself a lot of good and the people of Ondo State, so that we have a direction. Perhaps I'm speaking as an Ondo indigenous. I'm from Ondo State.
Wow.
So and I'm speaking from Kaduna. I heard you said Lagos earlier. I'm speaking from Kaduna actually. Yes. Yeah. So that will make the state have a direction, because as it is now, there is no direction in the state in terms of governance. People are just doing whatsoever they like. It is very untrue and very callous for the spokesman to say he can govern from anywhere he is. Come on. That's why was he voted as governor?
All right.
He was voted as governor to be on seat in the state, to see to the affairs of governance in the state.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Mohammed Abdullahi, public affair analyst. We understand that you're very, very busy at this time, and you just quickly had to, give us time to, really talk extensively about this. It's been a wonderful time talking to you, and I am sure Nigerians must taking one or two things away from what you've dished out to us today.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right, Nigerians, that was the voice of Mohammed Abdullahi, all the way from Kaduna State, who is also an indigene of Ondo State. You heard that. And, looking at Akeredolu's absence from Ondo State and Ayedatiwa impeachment saga. In case you're just tuning in, there's a spotlight on Super 92.7 FM. Yeah, it's been drama, controversies ranging in Ondo State over the continued residence of Governor Rotimi Akeredolu in Ibadan, about 184 kilometers from Akure, which is the state capital, 2 weeks after returning from a 3-month medical leave in Germany. But since his return to Nigeria, the governor has not visited the state, despite officially resuming duty. And there's been a lot of drama, surrounding Ayedatiwa's impeachment, Akeredolu governing the state from Ibadan. Also, today on the show, we have another guest who was speaking to us extensively about this drama. He's no other person than Femi Adegunloye, all the way from Abuja. He's a political analyst and a public interest analyst. Good morning, Femi.
Good morning.
All right. Now let me ask first. Are you an indigenous of Ondo State?
Yes, a bona fide indigenous of Ondo State. In fact, I was born and bred there, and I schooled there. Everything I know, everything about political something there in the Ondo State.
But it's just a pity that your friend and brother here, Abiodun, it's been blank about Ondo State. I'm not sure he has been there before. I'm not sure.
I've been to Ondo State.
Raise the mic up very so to hear you.
I said I've been to Ondo State, the Okitipupa area.
Yes. Okay. That's even my area there. Really, Okitipupa. That is these are where the political party and these are very strong.
He is just saying it because probably maybe he just heard that somewhere.
No, I've been there.
Or he went there for. One of these maybe a picnic or something.
Okay.
All right, welcome on the show, Femi Adegunlo. Yeah, it's let's start with the drama in Ondo State. I mean, this is a big or a huge drama. What is your take on it? What do you see playing in it? Does this seem like a season theme or just a short playlet? I mean.
Yes, I think. I think this is our comfort. The Ondo State political system, and then right from time has been a profound one. When we talk about education and politics and every other thing, in that state, we are at the forefront. But when you see this kind of thing happening in this system or in this regime, in fact, it is laughable. For a governor to just abandon his state and just move down to a state and be ruling, calling the indigenous of that state a puppet that they can't talk, where they are a political juggernaut, where the educational where people who are well renowned and education in politics. You see, it is in my stay here in Abuja. I look it as a very, 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 very uncomfort for a state like that. And then even for the judiciary resuming the impeachment saga, in fact, I don't know why the judicial system now has not become a puppet in the hand of the executive government. You understand?
Yeah.
You see, when this governor was sick, then people will start praying for him everywhere. We are just this, and he came back, he didn't have anything. To even appreciate. In fact, I saw his appreciation letter. He didn't even appreciate the deputy governor. He did not even say my deputy governor who has been standing by me, because I remember then when the deputy governor we always execute any project, we always put his name as the governor. He has never said maybe I'm the acting governor. You understand? So, and coming back to just stab a person at the back or anything like that. So there are things as executive that you have to just solve within your confine. You understand? Even when the court ruled that the impeachment process should be stopped, and now you see again now they resume this thing. It shows that the executive are controlling the judiciary. You understand?
Yeah.
The people there in the judiciary, they are not representing the interests of the constituency they came from.
You mean the legislature?
Yes. They are not representing where they are not representing where they come. Because if they are representing our interests, people can no longer be driving them as if they are just in. They have a lot of things to do. They have a lot of bit to pass in that house. Why impeachment? Why impeachment at this time?
As it is now, the government in Ondo State seems stagnant. I mean,
seriously,
no way forward.
Nothing is happening. Sorry. Let me just analyze this thing. Well, the governor has been doing well in terms of some kind of things about infrastructure. But the truth is that Ondo State is known as the forefront of state in Nigeria. In fact, when you go to when you say you come from Ondo State, you say kudos to you, because they know the kind of caliber of people that are coming there. So it is not that state now that we begin to have all manners of drama. That is a long state. That is a very old state in Nigeria. Even where the Ekiti State, Ekiti is brought out of Ondo State. You understand? Mm-hmm. So now the state is in a state of stop. Nothing is going, nothing is working. Oh, I had one of his maybe Z8 that the constitution allow a governor to be ruling from what. That is not true. There's no constitution that allowed that. In fact, as a matter of fact, the major thing that make you to be governor is because you are an indigenous of this and you know the new background of the state. So if I mind the state where there's governor, where there's all this, and you say you are now insisting that you must stay there, you must rule in sovereign everywhere. So I don't think that is a good thing. And the judiciary that are the legislature that are just they are just driving them up and down. I think it is time for them to have brain. If at all they are collecting money for anything or the other.
But
that this is not what they're supposed to do.
Okay, as a governor, I mean, is it that because they've come out to say that okay, the accommodation issues and all, even after first time. But then, as a governor, I'm looking at it at this angle, like being a governor of the state, am I not able to get any places, or do any infrastructure, any edifice, let me use it, of my choice in my state and stay? Why Ibadan? Even if it's a family home, there are hotels in Ondo State that it can even be the top class hotel, a 5-star hotel, a 4-star hotel, 3-star hotel that can stay and administer things, or even refurbished, repackaged the government house, and I don't know if
you see history. We forget history. We forget history anytime. You understand? This time, the last time this governor was about to contest, then that was during Mimiko when they were dragging for a ticket, because he came from Ibadan. People were saying, "How could you come from Ibadan, come and rule us in those states?" And that has never happened before. You understand? Because Ibadan is his own base. And you remember the case of Fayemi, when Fayemi wanted to leave office, then he built an edifice for government house. Then, in fact, he didn't use there. It was another government that came there to do. In fact, the people were criticizing that why did he spend that kind of money to build that kind of edifice? So what take a governor not to, if I thought the accommodation and everything is not, what take you not to put a befitting something that will make you to stay in your own state? Because these are, it's just like a king not in a palace. If a king is not in a palace, you see the palace will be disarray.
Yeah. Exactly.
The helm of affair of a state must always be active every time. But even in Nigeria as a whole, this last time the president, you see the state when our former president was able to have it when they transferred him to London for medical treatment. So everything was in a short, because when you are not there, anything can happen. So, and when you don't have capacity to do that, you see I don't know why Africa are so like that in all those Western countries. When in the fact, even if it is a treatment, just a headache, the government, the president or the governor will write, "I can no longer do this thing. Let me hand over to this thing." It will be public.
Yes.
And you see things will be running. There will not be anything. So I don't know why people want to just die in the government and say this thing. And so in my own submission, I think the state of the Ondo state is not what we as the youth are clamoring for in this kind of time. You understand? So if you don't have the requisite, the capacity to rule, then you just resign so that another person can come in. If it is an issue of accommodation, the state is rich for you to put a befitting accommodation for the governor and other government officials that will make you to in fact, if you want to build your house on top of air or what do you call it, water, the resources is there. You understand? Then for you to now leave the state and go to other state and you don't know what is happening there, you are now from that state and be sending people to be, a lot of things are happening in that state, which this is not what we call for. I use this opportunity to call on our governor to make sure to reverse those policy of staying in one state to be ruling another place, and then even the business shaker should put a halt to it, because these are things that will boil that will transfer to, in fact, civil unrest in the state. I don't know. It become a precedence. The first tenure, you have issue with your governor, with your deputy governor. The second tenure again, you are having issues. So why are we to be battling with issues?
That's where I even want to ask a question about talking about issues with deputy governor. First it was Agbola Ajayi, I believe. Now we have Lucky Aiyedatiwa. Now, when the governor came back, I think the only assignment he has performed, apart from buying SUVs for permanent secretaries last week, is to fire the media team of the deputy governor.
Yes.
And the excuse that some of his hate provided was that while the governor was away, some of the hates were posting certain things on social media, wishing the governor dead, and all of those things. So now, away from that, do you think that the deputy governor does not have the right to say, oh, I also want to be governor? So many people are saying that what he did was being disloyal. It was not loyal. Why the governor was away? Why was he plotting to be governor? Is that supposed to be a justification for his impeachment?
In that aspect, they all these are political permutations. You understand? These are political permutations. In both the PDP and the APC has the way they rotate this thing and who is next. You understand? And in those states we have the north, we have the central, we have the south. These are how people have been ruling. You understand? And then I think then when the other governor come up, but my own submission, I don't think he should be loyal to his governor in terms of that, so that he can know he's the one that will nurture him to a political. A governor can pick even his commissioner to become a governor. You understand? But since a deputy governor in that aspect, he's supposed to know what to do and get instruction from his governor, so that before he can announce this is my political ambition. You understand? Even everything is lined up. We already know that at this time it's out that the governorship is going. You understand? But in that aspect of Agbola and this thing, we still understand the governor in some kind of way, because we understand that a deputy governor cannot come and outthrone his boss. You understand? Okay. Then in that kind of aspect, for a deputy governor to just depart and move to another party, that happened in the case of Emiko, and that the other one said they don't even say he want to contest. He just moved to other party. You understand? Yes. But this one moved to other party and he said he want to contest. You understand? That is it's a direct confrontation to his boss. We understand that one. Okay, we see understand. Okay, this is even justifiable. That this is what to do. If you want to become governor, this is not that. This is not that. You have become a deputy governor. Wait for this time. This one, let this person do another governor. You understand? Yes. Deputy governor and even a governor, they are also more powerful. Just that they were elected on the same ticket. But as a deputy governor in one constituency, is a very powerful position that can still execute a lot of things. You understand? So, but we look onto that. We even oversee that one. That okay, this is how something like. But what of this one that be helping you? Okay, you pick that. You remove that one, and then you pick Aiyetidawa. And now just this thing, you are having issue because maybe he executed on some project when you were not around and everything like that. I think these are things you have to just cover your clothes and put it under the carpet. Because this man has been there when you are not there, when you were sick.
Speaking about the execution of projects now, there are people who are alleging that the wife, Betsy, and also his son, they've been the one calling the shots, even when the governor was around, and the time that he was not available on grounds. These two individuals, the wife and the son, who is the DG of one particular agency of government, are the one calling the shots in the states. How true in your experience?
The truth is that there's no a governor will be ruling that the wife, even the children who is matured in a political terrain, will not have influence or even affluence to the government. You understand? I can't totally submit that the two of them, which is the wife and the son, are taking this thing all around that. But the truth is that they have hand in it. And even I remember then before they later hand over to Aiyetidawa for a deputy this thing for him to take over as the acting governor. It take longer than necessary, which is supposed to have been done even before the governor even traveled. You understand? So I understand that there's a permutation there with that are collaborating with the family, which they believe that if he should relinquish the power now, and then they will not have any this thing. So it's not, I don't think. I don't think that is good enough. If that is happening in the family, your wife should have his position, which is the first lady of the state, and your son should also, if at all you have a position, it's supposed to be away from the government. So it's not a, even if he's heading any government, it's not in the executive arms of government that will be dictating or be telling the people what to do. You understand? Yeah. So I believe it's a kind of, I believe it in a partial belief that they are part of the wrong ongoing, which I know which is not good enough for the state.
Okay, Mr. Femi, we've seen last week some youths of the PDP wing wanted to embark on a protest. In light of the absence of a governor. Remember, there have been some other protests for and against the impeachment of the deputy governor. But I don't know, in your observation, the opposition political parties in Ondo State, like the PDP, if there's a Labour Party, if there's still the Zenith Labour Party, and even former governors, haven't really had their voices speaking about this issue as regards the governor's absence and even the impeachment of the deputy governor particularly. Do you know what are the people who are prominent citizens of Ondo State saying about this matter? Because I've not heard anything from any of them on the pages of the newspaper or TV
yes. You know the truth is that one thing about politics is that people who want to contest or want to do some kind of things will always be hiding under one thing so that people will not hear their voice and they will not lean them on the court. But the truth is that 80% of the state are not happy with what is going on. You understand? Even though they are not talking, am I not in this another state now? Another state talking about this thing now. You understand? Yes. If me that is in very far as Ondo to Abuja is talking like this, how much more those people that are in that place? You understand? So there are people will talk. People that want to talk will talk. PDP has not died in those states. PDP is still very active. In fact, when we talk about the southern part, they are still very, very strong. In fact, that is the strongest part of PDP state. If not for now that PPC cleared it in this last presidential election. You understand?
On this matter, I have not heard from Tayo Jegede Hesehen. He has not said anything. Well,
you know, the truth is that before the voice will be heard, you have to investigate and know why. You understand? You know everything before you now voice out and say this and this and this. You understand? But most of people who are those leaders and they are still protecting their political interests. You know, one thing about our country is that when you want to do something, you begin to hide. Even you don't want them to hear your voice. You don't want them to hear your voice that this is so that when you want to contest, they will know this and so because since it's the governor, you understand? But the truth remains that when the eye is now red, people will talk that this is all comfort for this state. This if it is a kind of state that this thing is happening, we know that these are small states, these are people that have not grown in politics. But those states, it's not done. But I'm sure they are going to talk. Me that is talking here, I think I'm feeling the heat because my parents are also there. All right, and things are not working there.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. It's been a pleasure talking to you at this time. I mean, we hope that things will be sorted out on time and Ondo State can be at its best again. Thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you very much.
All right, and that was Femi Adegunloye, talking to us from Abuja. He's a political analyst and public interest analyst. It's been a pleasure, Nigeria, Lagos, talking to you. And yes, we're back again tomorrow to dish out some more informative and also enlighten Nigerians about trending things happening in our dear country. Spotlight on Super 92.7 FM. We'll draw the curtain here, and tomorrow again we'll be back. My name is Michael Inyang. See you tomorrow.
Super FM, 92.7 Super FM.
When it comes to your financial dreams, who's got your back? It's Capital Field Investment Group Limited. With 2 decades of expertise and commitment to excellence, we are the name you can trust. From investment and loans to financial and asset management to oil and gas, microfinancing or project management, we've got the expertise to guide you.
Visit us at 31 Karimu Ikotu off Sanusi Fafuwan Street, Victoria Island, Lagos. Check out our website at capitalfield.com or call us at +234 1454 7432. You can also send us an email at connect@capitalfield.com or on socials at Capital Field Group. Capital Field Investment Group Limited. You are in good hands.
Y'all should listen to Papa Fuete and the girls on the Switch from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. He's hilarious.
Who you they think say you they fool? They think say you they do. I be you think say I be a woo. For your mind it be they whine me. Who you they think say you they fool? They think say you they do. I be you think say I be a woo. If you not lie, what you say, be lie. Me I they lie and I over